let me jump into this. Let's open our toolbox. There are some really important aspects of this industry that you really got to know before you book with somebody. The first one is, biggest, most important, make sure the person you're hiring has an active DOT license. You've got to make sure that they're running legal. Make sure that you can also check to see if they've ever been suspended, and you can find out why. They are licensed to actually haul. And the other thing too is that insurance. You got to get a copy of their insurance certificate. Make sure it's active. Make sure they carry enough cargo insurance. That's also important. Ask the questions. How do you handle claims? What is their process? Make sure the company has good ratings amongst their peers. You can do that by using a couple different platforms, but you got to dig into that because they might tell you they're the greatest in the whole world. But if they're not on LinkedIn, if they're not using social media, ask if it's a broker or if it's the carrier and the driver, owner, operator. A couple different ways that those moves are handled depending on what you're hiring. And then make sure their business standards meet yours and your customer expectations. You have a right to ask. So here's a couple quick questions that you're going to want to ask. Is the price that you've received all inclusive? Don't be fooled. Sometimes it's not. How long is the rate good for? In my world, the rates that we give out are good for 10 days. When do you need to make payment? Sometimes you can do COD at delivery. That's better. Or sometimes you can mail them a check. That's the best. For the price that they're giving you, what are those pickup ETAs? It is important to ask that question. Do they require a deposit? We don't. What is the point of contact from start to finish? Big thing. A lot of brokers have multiple people, dispatchers within carrier companies. Are you going to talk to the same person? Are they going to throw you all over the place? What's the cancellation policy? If you have to cancel, do you get your deposit back? Who is the contact person after hours? Believe it or not all of us live here in the US. Lots of carrier companies are overseas. What happens if the vehicle or the your vehicle or the customer vehicle is damaged? That goes back to find out the process. Ask the questions. So now what you're going to do is you're going to get your dealer checklist, right? Follow up with the carrier, follow up with the broker, follow up with everybody. Call the day before and call the morning of. Is that driver still on schedule? Did they break down two days ago and they forgot to call you? Are they still going to be there to pick the car up? Once they get there, guys, ladies and gentlemen, if I can stress one thing, it's do an inspection of the car. A pre-inspection before they load it. Anything wrong with that car, make sure it's marked. Note the inspection. That paperwork is a CYA. Make sure you get a copy. And if you can't get a copy and the driver's telling you, I can't give you a copy. So again, you got carrier follow-up. Doesn't just stop when they pick the car up. You're going to check when they're en route. If they're going from Michigan to California, do you want to know when they were in Kansas and gone for 3 days that they broke down or still in Illinois? Or do you want to try and follow up with them along the way? That's what we do. Any delays, make sure you let your customer know. Again, another step. Don't leave your customer high and dry. Walk around the car. Take the 5 or 10 minutes it takes to do an inspection on a vehicle. Make sure that a chain didn't scratch on the roof. And then make sure you do your payment after the carrier delivers. Make sure everything is good. Make sure everything on the car is satisfactory, and then pay them. We'll give you 4 different prices, as you can see, like Amazon does. You can enter your orders in there, and you can track without a phone call, it's a simple glance at a dashboard that'll show you where your cars are at. So if it's something that is paining your existence and you want to talk to me about it, here's my contact information. Give me a call.